We reached the month of March, the month of melting snow and increasingly warmer weather. We have a word for this time in Norwegian, which is a really good one, I think. It's vårløsning. Vårløsning directly translated would be spring loosening or spring release. It describes that very specific part of the early spring when the snow is melting away, leaving this beige and dry landscape. The ground is also thawing and releasing a lot of water, which makes everywhere muddy, but also creates these beautiful streams of water through the landscape. Many people do not like this time of year. It's bare, it's muddy, and it's sort of an in-between before the real spring. But I actually like it quite a lot, because I can feel the spring release within myself too. The frost loosens its grip, and the heavy snow melts off my shoulders in a way. Vårløsning has also been seen as a time where positive energy is being released into the world. And I really hope that this is true. We could for sure be in need of some positive forces right now in the world. It's about 6:30. I usually like to get up this early because I enjoy having a little bit of time to myself in the morning and just reading a little bit before I start my day. And also the best part of it is that I get to watch the sunrise from the windows here in the living room. The most beautiful thing just happened because we have these bird feeders out here, and in the morning it's very nice to just sit here and look at them, and there are all sorts of birds, but suddenly there was like a big bird sitting there, and I thought it was maybe a dove, and it looked kind of tired, like the feathers were like a little bit all over the place, and then it turned around. And I could see that that was definitely not a dove, and I think it was a hawk. So it was actually just sitting there in the tree, just like 5 meters away from me, outside the window, and the moment it kind of turned around, it could see me, I think, so then it kind of flew away, but it was sitting there for about 5 minutes, and I was just looking at it. And the minute it flew, was also the same time as the sun like just came up over the horizon. So it was kind of like a magical sign, I think. I mean, if that's not a sign, then what is? But I hope it's a good sign. And not just for me, but for hopefully for the world. Can I just say how extremely grateful I am for this sunlight that we have had the last days? It feels so good. You have no idea. It's like, okay, you maybe have an idea, but I mean, if you live in a northern country like this, and when the sunlight comes in March, it's like it's finally like really warm, and you can actually sit outside in just like a woolen sweater, and it lasts for like so long. I think it gets dark around 8 now. Maybe. I hope it helps someone else as well. It's 9 o'clock, so I will go to work and I will edit videos for YouTube today, I think. I've been alone here in our little house in the countryside all of March.
Bendik left for Bergen to finish his art commission. I was honestly not handling it as well as I thought. As a person who's actually pretty good at being alone, I realized pretty fast that I wasn't that good at it anymore. Especially not with everything going on in the world. But I was trying to make the best of it, and this video is basically some of the beautiful moments from this month.
Alright, so the next thing I'm going to do is to make some syrup from my meadowsweet cordial. This aronia berry cordial. This is some frozen meadowsweet cordial that I made last year. Look at that nice color. So if you use the shoots of meadowsweet, you get this pink color. But if you use the flowers, it will be more looking like honey in a way. Syrups are kind of a good thing because they have this really concentrated flavor from the thing that they're made of. So whenever I am going around in the nature, around the schools where the kids are, I can share with them like, okay, so here you have some meadowsweet leaves and these are really good to make cordial with and blah blah blah. And then they can actually also taste like a little bit of a spoon of the syrup, and that will give them a pretty good indication of what the flavor of this plant is. So then we don't have to pick like all the plants that are there, because sometimes there will be just like a few leaves from each plant, and if we were supposed to like share this with all the kids in the school, the plant would be gone immediately. So I prefer to bring the syrup and then the kids can just like taste that instead of just picking all of the plants. We will actually hit 5,000 kind of soon, I hope. And I was thinking like, wow, I really should do something when I hit 5,000 to celebrate that. What I really want to do is to actually make a Q&A video, because when it's growing as fast as it is these days, it's super fun, but it's also like a little bit more difficult sometimes to know who are like the people behind all of these numbers, because like 5,000 people, I can't like picture it in my head, so it kind of narrows down into like maybe 20 people. So I would really appreciate if you guys would ask your questions in the comments below this video or in any future videos, so that I can actually gather all your questions and hopefully answer as many of them as I can in a Q&A video. So I just wanted to show you that I got this really beautiful letter from one of my subscribers, Lily. She has a YouTube channel that is really nice, you should check it out. This is her artwork that you can see on the front here. She made her own like pride twist on some traditional art form that is called rosemaling here in Norway. And I really like it, it's so nice. I am headed out with my bike today because it's a Saturday and I'm alone. I don't have so many things to do today.
I really feel like I have been filming all my videos in my house and around my house lately, and I really wanted to change that, so I went with my bike to some areas that haven't been accessible to me during the winter because of all the snow. But it didn't turn out to be the best filming location, because when I got there I realized how tired I was actually feeling. It had been a full week of editing from morning to evening, and as much as I really love editing, it can sometimes be pretty exhausting. Luckily though, I've got myself the perfect solution for days when I'm feeling tired.
De aktivitetene jeg vanligvis driver med, altså nære til natur og opplevelser som kan gi meg ro, adrenalin og pause fra storby og kaos. Byen jeg bor i har imidlertid gode forbindelser til andre byer, så jeg vil kunne ha mulighet til å
It's a Sunday today, and I know that's probably not very interesting to you guys, but Sundays are usually the day where I just like clean the house and water the plants and kind of reset myself for the next week. So it's nice to do this for my soul, I think, because I really just need to stay focused on something today. So
During this part of spring, it's often really nice to just do a full spring cleaning, and I actually enjoy that a little bit, even though it might seem really boring, because you can finally open your windows and let the air flow through the house and remove all the ashes from the oven, shake out all the dust from all the carpets, and it just feels like filling the whole house with new energy for the coming season.
I went to the grocery store for the first time this week, and I've just kind of been putting it off and trying to just eat my way out of my fridge. Now it's like I was like going to buy baking soda, and I was really tired after that bike ride that I'd been on. When I got to the cashier, I saw that I had actually picked vanilla powder instead of baking soda, and I just like gave up, and I was like, well, then there's no baking soda today. I think I was kind of embarrassed that I did it wrong and also so tired. But I'm just looking at this now and I'm like, why didn't you just go back? I don't know. I apparently don't do anything right when I'm alone. And by the way, this is water.
Wind at your shoulders, sifting out years. There's a whole wide world about to unfurl, not so far from here.
It's Women's Day today. Happy Women's Day, everyone. But this will probably be long past when I publish this video though. I am feeling very lucky today because I am getting a visitor. It's one of my best friends. And yeah, so it will mean that I can kind of celebrate the Women's Day with one of my favorite women in the world. And she's also a freelance artist, and she is actually the one that I call when I just need to like have a pep talk about something, or if I feel insecure about the pricing of something that I'm doing. It's been so important to me to have a friend who's kind of in the same type of work that I can discuss things with, and that kind of understands the whole thing. So yeah, I just feel like it's the perfect person to be celebrating Women's Day with, because she is like my kind of partner in crime. Hardcore equipment.
Ja, nå det next level.
Next level for sure. Looks like we are from a TV station. And maybe we are.
Jeg har også en sånn stikk, men den har jeg ikke fått...
Er det sånn lang en som du liksom henger med?
Ja.
Ellie and I spent many hours over the course of 2 days at this little frozen water, recording sounds and filming ice formations. I don't have that many friends that can be with me filming ice formations for hours and hours, and we both felt like it was kind of fun not to be doing this work alone for once. We experience so many beautiful things out in nature, but we often experience it alone, and it's sometimes so nice to be able to share it with someone. After that bike ride I had trying to film in the woods, this was something completely different, and I really felt inspired filming alongside with my friend. If you watched my video from March last year, you know that one of my favorite spring sounds is the sound of running water and melting snow. It's the sound of vårløsning, and both Ellie and I recorded that for hours. But it's not just one sound, it's like a symphony of different sounds. And if you put your sound recorder in one corner of the river, it will be completely different from another corner of the river. I know this sound brings me some peace, and I was hoping that it would bring some peace to you as well. Done filming, I of course had to show my friend my favorite spot in this area.